What up guys? Since the last Bestway Intex skimmer video did so well, I had a couple questions on how to install it and some different functions of the filter, so I thought I'd just do a quick video here and kind of do a little update video on it. Just a couple tips and tricks on the install. So first thing that I wanted to make note of is that when you buy these pools, they come with a pretty crappy pump, like I mentioned in the last video, and they also come with the two outlets, so you attach both the B sides into a T and then it would go into your pump. When you have a skimmer, you want to make sure you're blocking one of them off to get the most suction. So you get those little black stoppers that you get with the pool, press that in there and you've got that blocked off. Another thing I want to make note of is that because I've upgraded the pump, it now uses the 2-inch tubing and hoses, not the 1.25 inch I think it was, so you had to use different valves. So this is I think it's an 1.25 inch by the 2-inch valve. I'll put these in the description. They're on Amazon. This is just a 90-degree one. And they just fit right over top of this thing right here, actually. Fits right over top. And then you have this, which I'll show you in a sec, on the inside, which is what creates the kind of the seal. So another thing I want to make note of is you got to make sure that this is perfectly level. So this is level with your water level. You don't want this to be installed so it's sitting up high or sitting down low. Easy way to do that is make sure you have the same level here as you do down at the bottom there. And once you have that nice and level, it creates that perfect little suction rim like you can see right there. Going back to that part I just showed you, this right here is the original intakes that you would put right inside that hole there, and same with right down here. Because we're using the suction, I think you actually had to unscrew a screw on this, maybe not. And then once you've unscrewed, I'll show you. Once you've unscrewed the end of it, you just have this piece right here. So this is what actually fits on the inside on your outtake, right? And then this is what gets screwed in to that blue piece right there, and then you pressure fit it into the side of the pool, which then gets tightened down with this right here to create that leak-proof seal right there. So now we've got the 2-inch pipe on the inside, or tube on the inside, going through the 1.25 inch into the 2-inch again. So that's how you install with these. So you have to use the part that you already have with your pool. Okay, so now that we've gone over that, the one thing I wanted to mention too is on the pump. The way you want to install this is obviously your skimmer is on your intake side, and then you have your outtake over there. You don't want to put your skimmer where you're shooting water through it. That doesn't make sense, right? So it comes through, goes through the filter and then out. This is just the backwash right here, which I have a pipe on, or a tube on. The one thing I wanted to make note is if you have a pump like this with a sand filter, you'll have a whole bunch of different settings. You'll have a recirculation and you'll have a filter setting. The recirculation setting is more or less going to give you way more pressure on the skimmer. So the way I look at it is if you have a storm, if you have a whole bunch of things floating on the top of your pool right now, you want to put that on the recirc because you're going to get the most skimming power. If you had a busy day, your pool's looking a little cloudy, maybe it rained or whatever, then you'll want to throw it onto the filter setting, which then gives you a little bit of suction up here, but it is pulling the water through the whole sand filter now as well, and then out. So it's purifying that water with the sand as well. So you still get that good suction when you're using the upgraded gallons per hour pump, but not as good as the recirc. So someone did mention that. Coming on over here to the outlet, I've just 3D printed a valve that I can turn, which is super simple, and then I just face it down because you're kind of wanting to create that effect where all of the stuff goes into the middle. So when you are vacuuming, you just kind of push to the middle. Don't mind the algae in the bottom there. It's been hot the last few days, so I need to get in there and clean it. But those are some tips and tricks that you really need to know. Making sure that's level, like I said, blocking off that one, using this piece that came with the pool to install that blue adapter down there, and then overall just upgrading your pump. But I hope that helps, guys. If you guys have any questions, let me know. this should work with the Bestway, the Intex, and a whole bunch of different pumps. Let me know, put some comments below. But thanks for the support, guys. Thanks for watching. Later.